Surprise, it's not 7 a.m. in the morning. I guess a.m. in the morning is kind of redundant. Surprise, it's not 7 a.m. and early as hell in the morning. So, what am I doing today? Well, today I had to take a sick day because I woke up and I wasn't feeling all right. And since I got out of bed, took a little bit of medicine, still not feeling that great, got some food in my stomach, I decided that I was gonna make the most of today, run some errands and get some things done. Because I usually don't take sick days, and when I do take a sick day, I mean, look at it. It's December. It's mid-December, and I think I still have another sick day left. But just the fact that I don't even take sick days, and I have one in December shows you that I got to make the most of a sick day if I really am. So usually, if I'm like death sick and I can't get out of bed, I'll take a sick day for that. Um, I don't go out drinking or anything, so it's not like I need a sick day for a hangover. But as long as I can get out of bed, I'm gonna take a sick day to get something done. So today, my father asked me if I could stop by his house because he left some clothes in the washing machine. Well, I guess it wouldn't really matter that he left clothes in the washing machine since he could just throw them in the dryer. But he's not gonna be home for a few days, so he asked me to stop by and change it out. Well, before I move on with the story, let me share this out. Make sure that people know I'm here. Anybody join me since I've been gone? Probably not. That's okay. Oh, I think I need more medicine. But anyway, so my father asked me to stop by his house, and now I'm having hot flashes. It's hot, cold. It's hot, it's cold. Can't make it on mine. So he asked me to say, I just decided I was going to wait for. Oh, of course it reconnected here. Because I said it wasn't reconnected here. Imagine that. Sorry, y'all, if I faded out and I'm back. It's probably going to fade out again. So I apologize right now. But for now, we're live. I guess I'm going to pull past the mailbox. Okay. So we're here. Did he for real? Let me know if you're out there because I'm finally back online. I don't know if it's on my father's Wi Fi or what. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he wrote his Wi Fi down on a piece of paper, and I don't know where it is. But I'm live, wherever y'all are. Let me know if you're out there, because I'm finally live. Feel like a damn cat burglar trying to find the Wi-Fi password. It's probably on the router. I might as well just do that. Y'all out there? Anybody out there? Now I understand selfie sticks and gimbals because in order to get like a comfortable angle, I gotta have my arm like I'm a mannequin. And if you're joining from Facebook, as always, just click on it and open it up in YouTube. That way you can chat with me because otherwise I have no idea what you're saying or what you're doing. And I got a story to tell y'all. And you're probably gonna think, it's BS, but it's real. It's real. So in the meantime, I was trying to reboot my dad's computer because you can probably guess how many times he does that. Never. Which is why when I got here, his internet wasn't even connected, and it wasn't even showing like any connection settings were available. I mean, that's how bad it was. So if you're out there, join me on YouTube. Drop a comment in the chat so I know you're out there. He even got a busted mouse. I need to take care of him better. All right, well, his computer's rebooted. Step one. So, the story of my father's house. Well, obviously, at one point in time, it was my mother and father's house. She passed away. And so my father lives here. He's remarried. And moved in here about fifth grade. No, fifth grade was when we moved to the apartments, townhomes, whatever. Um, it might have been like ninth, 10th grade we moved here. Somewhere in the late 90s, anyway. So this house, when we moved in, um, it was a older family, and I don't know the specifics. I think they moved down to Florida or something. Either way, the family moved the older woman out of the house, and from there, just placed it for sale. Didn't really do any kind of renovations. The tile floor in the basement is actually a shuffleboard, or actually, it used to be a shuffleboard layout. If you don't know what shuffleboard is, congratulations, you're young. Um, when I moved in, I didn't know what shuffleboard was, and I probably wouldn't know what shuffleboard was if it wasn't for the fact that we had it down there. But shuffleboard, you basically have a stick with like a little opening for a puck, and you push that puck across the floor, and there's like this hopscotch triangle of numbers, and you basically want to land inside of that. And if you've ever seen curling where somebody throws the now I don't even know what that term is, the stone, and knock them out of that place so you can get, you know, them no score and yourself a score. So bought the house way back when, and it's 3 bedroom. I believe it was a finished basement, but nothing special. Rancher. It was a corner lot, so it's got the biggest yard out of all the houses in this neighborhood. Well, my dad, he's gone through literally everything. Tile in the kitchen, all the way through to the living room where I just walked from. New appliances, Got a marble countertop. I mean, it's gorgeous in here. And lately, he's built something outside so you could kind of hang out underneath a cover. Because when he does his summer parties, you're kind of just out exposed. And we tried the canopies and stuff, and that really didn't work very well. You know, the wind starts blowing, rain, and if the sides of the canopy are, trash. Let's see if I can find the right light. All right, there we go. Then the rain's just going to blow inside of the canopy. So let me show you something really quickly. So this is what used to be my parents' room, and it has this interesting switch here. So you got all the outside lights, all the lights to the house, and then just this light switch turns off this room. So it really did have one of those like old-timey master light switches, if that's a thing, to where if you wanted to shut the house down and you said, "Look, it's time for bed. Turn everything off." Well, you didn't have to ask. Boom. You turned off all the lights in the damn house. It's crazy. Well, they decided after I moved out, because I was the last, I was the youngest, and after mother passed away, moved into this room over here, which used to be the office. Now it's the bedroom. But the reason he did it is because in between the two is a bathroom. So used to have the bedroom over here. Now the bedroom's over here. And then we got the bathroom that has a light switch on the outside. So talk about I don't know how this was wired or why. I'm guessing it was very deliberate the way that these people wanted this house built. But the light switch to the bathroom's on the outside, and he's never wanted to change it. Now on the other side, it is the shower. So no place to put a light switch there. And then when you come in the bathroom, it would be a pain to redirect it to this wall because it's not drywall, it's plaster. So I'm in the bathroom, close the door to the hallway, boom. My dad put a door in between his new bedroom and the bathroom. The only problem is there's no light switch from this side. So when you go in the bathroom, you have to go into the bathroom and back out to turn the light on, and then back out to turn the light off in order to go back to bed. Weird, right? So then there's this switch here that's always up. When you turn it down, it opens up this vent, which has a fan in it, and that sucks all the heat out. So that's pretty cool. But also, something else that you might find cool. And I'm getting to the haunted part. Trust me, because that's why I'm here during the day. Light switch in here. This house even had a wall radio with an intercom system. Kind of wild that it's on police right now. But it had a intercom system, had all the ons and offs for all the intercoms in the house, the front door, master bedrooms. You turn it to radio. It even had an aux cable, y'all. So if you were co-pilot, if you were beast with the aux, you had an input right there. And then you could switch it to listen, so you could listen to people in that room. So let me show you these intercoms. Stuff is wild. So I'm gonna go to the front door. Oh yeah, it's like Fort Knox. So I gotta. I don't know how he opens this door. It's so freaking hard to open. And we got the latch here. So check it out. Got the intercom at the front door. So if somebody came to the door, be like, "Can I help you?" "Yeah, I'm just here to sell some magazine subscriptions." "Nah, goodbye. I got your Montgomery Ward magazine if you want to buy something." Whew. So an intercom system was pretty cool. Mind you, it never worked. We couldn't get it to work. but it existed. So what else we got? Had a garage, nice garage. And then, of course, my dad stepped up to the 20th century and got an alarm system. But so this house, he spent the last, do the math for me, 20 some years remodeling. And in that 20 years, he's done most of it in the last, I want to say 10, especially since there used to be a bedroom here. So remember, if we got master bedroom, that's now office, bathroom, now the master bedroom that used to be the office, and then there's a closet in there. And there's this weird corner, right? Well, this weird corner used to be my bedroom. Literally, when I came back after I moved out to visit, there was no bedroom here because there's no wall. He covered the wall and turned it into his closet. An entire bedroom closet. Ridiculous. So it's kind of funny looking at the shades that are in there because that's where my bed used to be. And now it's his closet. So grown-up goals for real. Turning somebody's bedroom, especially a kid when they were younger, into your closet. All right, so I'm gonna put his computer to sleep so that way it's not just running. Because my dad, he's old school. Don't touch the thermostat. Don't leave electronics running. Turn off the lights. I'm with it. When we bought our house, we actually sat in the dark a couple of nights because I was thinking about before getting solar, how much that electric bill was going to be. So anyway, I lived here late 90s, graduated 99, and then early 2000s decided I was going to move out on my own because, I was 18, had a high school diploma, so that meant I knew everything. I was going anywhere I wanted to go, doing whatever I wanted to do. We'll go in the basement in a minute. So my dad even put a brick mailbox out there. Boop, right there. Fancy. And then he built this thing to have the parties under. Oh, yeah. And he built 2 sheds because he's a beast with carpentry and with concrete. He's the one that actually poured my driveway. And there's a video, if you want to watch it, way, way, way down in my early videos. Okay. So, to the story. I installed LED lights down in the basement for a very good reason. Now, I know it sounds crazy as a grown man. Basements shouldn't be scary. Well, let me tell you about this house. Sorry about that. So, this basement has this house. Make no sense. So on that note, I'm gonna get the heck out of this basement. Whew. Still get weird chills down there. It's crazy. Make sure I turn off the lights before I get out of here. And I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what's up. Doors locked, lights are off. Holy! Just playing. I gotta close the door, arm this. I'm out. Okay. Lock the door. Arm the alarm. Okay, so signal sucks down there, so I can't really show y'all anything. But here's the deal. After my mother passed away, my brother lived downstairs. I lived upstairs in the room that's now a closet. And my father lived in the room that is now an office. So, I'm sweating. 1 second. Make sure that we're still on my AirPods. Yup. Stressful. When I'm in that house, it feels hot and cold at the same time. Makes no sense. Last time he went on vacation, he asked me to come by and take a look at the, get his mail, make sure that the sump pump wasn't flooding, just some basic stuff to watch his house. No big deal, right? Well, after work in the wintertime, it's dark 5, 6 o'clock, if that. It's dark by the time I get here. And when it's dark in that house, my mind doesn't play tricks on me. It is legit haunted in there. And it all started, it was shortly after my mother passed away. We were all dead asleep. This is like after midnight sometime. And I'm laying in bed. I'm upset. I'm just awake. But my father's in his room. And you saw the layout. I'm basically out his bedroom and to the right. If you want to get to his bedroom from mine, you go out my bedroom and to the left. And my door is straight across from the bathroom. So growing up, I would always hear my father get up to go to the bathroom sometime around midnight. And that would be my cue to sneak out. Yeah, I know, that's not a good thing. But when I was younger, I took the opportunity. I had windows right outside of the balcony out back. So I just went for it. Well, one day they got hip to it because I left my alarm on and I didn't come home that night. So my alarm's going off and my mother thought that I was in my bedroom, passed out, dead, heart attack, died in my sleep. She didn't know. So she called my sister-in-law to jump through the window and figure out I had left and didn't come back. So anyway, laying in bed, still upset. I mean, this is a matter of days after my mother passed away. And just laying in bed. And it sounded like somebody had a door as wide open as possible. And you know those punching bag machines at like Ocean City or anywhere that you have like amusement parks and piers that video game arcades, they have that punching bag machine. You hit it as hard as you can to see who hits the hardest. Well, it sounded like somebody had a door wide open and they slammed it as hard as they possibly could, and it made the loudest bang that I have ever heard in my entire life. No kidding. So I'm freaked out in my bedroom because I'm thinking maybe my dad slammed the door. Maybe he was upset. Maybe my brother came upstairs and he's upset, slammed the door. Well, I decide to walk towards the door, and I hear my father ask me if I'm okay. So it obviously wasn't me, and it obviously wasn't him. So we both open the door, and we're looking around, and there's only 4 doors: bathroom, office, master bedroom, and my bedroom. So of all of those doors, they were all open aside from mine and my father's. So if my door was closed while I'm laying there awake, and so was his, it makes 0 sense. So we're freaked out. My brother, I think, slept through it, but we're freaked out of our minds just because of the fact that there was this loud slam of a door, and we don't know what it is. So of course, we're thinking that maybe it's my mother and she's, letting us know that, close the damn door or something. I don't know. We were more or less like just shocked. But from that moment on, the house would always make these weird noises, these weird chills, and it never goes away. And like I said, this is like 19 years ago. So 19 years ago, and I still do not like going in that house when it's dark and when nobody's home. And the basement is even worse. So I lived in that basement for a little while, and I kind of got used to hearing weird noises because I just contributed to the fact that the house was from the 50s. Well, when I bought a house, it was built in the 50s, and it doesn't make noises like that, and it's not creepy or chilly and all these other weird little things. But if you were watching this video, when I went downstairs, there's these random dead spots. There's no signal whatsoever in the house. Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, doesn't matter. It's a dead zone. So when it cut out, I would basically be down in the basement with my phone up in the window to try and get service because it's just like a bomb shelter. So even though I lived there for a little while and heard all these weird noises and all kind of weird stuff would happen, when I go back to check on the house for my father, it's always cold in certain spots of the house, even though he keeps the air conditioner turned off. Like my mother kept it cold in the house. Winter, spring, summer, fall, didn't matter. It was always cold. You would walk in on a 90, 100 degree day, and it would be 60 degrees in the house on purpose. Because when you walked through that door, it felt like you opened the freezer door and that cold air hit you in the face, and it felt amazing. So, whenever possible, it was cold in the house. Well, considering he keeps it 70 plus, weird that there's these random cold spots in the house. Like I came out and I'm sweating and cold, and it's a really weird feeling. I don't like it. So when you go there at nighttime, on top of the fact that every time you go into a room, the light switch is in the opposite corner. So I walk in, that light switch turns on the kitchen, and then I'm in the dining room. And then I got to go through the dining room to get to that light switch. Then I got to go through the living room to get to that light switch. Then I got to go through the hallway to get to the bedrooms. And at all times, it's either pitch black or super bright because of the light bulbs that I installed in there. Well, if you're just sitting there, like I know this is overshare. Last time I checked on his house, I went to use the bathroom. I figured I, don't want to wait till I drive home. It's rush hour. I'm just going to go ahead and use the bathroom. I will not even kid you. The entire time that I was there, which was a few minutes if that, I can hear footsteps. I can hear boards creaking. I can hear the hanging pot thing making noise like something's shifting it. Like, there's nothing but weird stuff in that house, and I really don't like going there at night. So when it comes to the basement, it used to be just this open workbench area on the opposite wall, and he turned that into a bedroom, and then another bedroom, and then you've got this little bar area. So being in the basement, there's no way out other than up those steps, but there'd be less noises and weird stuff going on if you're downstairs. So you imagine if you're in a house that makes all these weird noises, it doesn't matter where you are, you would hear these noises, but I only will hear them if I'm in the living room or if I'm in the hallway or in the bathroom, and it's always coming from random parts of the house, and it just freaks me out. And I'm sure some of y'all are probably like, the house is not haunted, that's just old houses, floorboards creak. No, no, absolutely not. I've been in houses that have weird noises. This house is legit haunted. Like you can hear footsteps if you're just sitting somewhere. And it's not my mind playing tricks on me at all. Because our first year in the house we bought, no noises, no nothing. I could sit in the pitch black dark and I'd be okay. And if the wind was blowing, if the rain was pouring down, I can hear like stuff on the attic, it sounds like rain. And the floorboards are old and creaky, but only when you're walking on them. The house, even if it's windy, the creaking comes from the roof, not the floor. But my father's house, I don't know what it is. No matter what, like today, there's no noises, not one thing happening because it's daytime. And that sounds stupid as a grown man, I know. But nothing, not a thing. But when I'm walking through there, there's these just random dead spots. You'll walk through with your phone and it just goes dark. And then when you're standing in certain parts of the house, you get these weird chills. And it's not like, you're just getting a chill because, you feel eerie or something. You feel like this weird chill over you. And it's not even like I'm thinking about it, it just happens. So I'm downstairs in the laundry room. In the laundry room, I think I spent the least amount of time in growing up because my brother, my mom used to do laundry. So it was never really me until, I was older and moved back in. But, the laundry room is like a regulated temperature, the same as the rest of the house. And it's across from, I guess it's the room where the furnace is and the HVAC. But the rest of the basement, as I'm walking through it, it cut out. But I was trying to show everybody, like, when you get to a certain point in that downstairs basement, all these windows are sealed off. Like, there's windows, but they're sealed and they're closed. There's no it's below ground to where the window sits at ground level. You feel chills coming from nowhere. So when you go upstairs, again, my dad does not keep the house cold anymore. He lived with that for 30 plus years. So walking through the house and you feel these weird chills, it's freaking. But it's worse at night, seriously. At night, the footsteps, the pots and pans you hear kind of moving. I'd be able to hear that during the day if it was just a constant thing. Like right now it's rainy, it's windy. You can't hear rain in that house. You can't hear the wind blowing. It's like soundproof. And it doesn't make sense to me because you should be able to hear rain on a roof or you should be able to hear wind when it's creaking. And, most of these houses have that gable vent so the wind goes through the attic. But I don't know. So anytime I go over there, when it's nighttime, I'm trying not to think about it at all, but it just freaks me out because it's always just noises and things moving. And when it's dark, your eyes are adjusting to the darkness. I don't see anything, but all I think about is ignoring anything other than where that light switch is. And again, I know it sounds crazy as a grown man, but it just freaks me out. So, whenever I do go to visit to take my dad's mail inside if he goes away for a couple of days, I do that stuff when it's daytime. And if it's nighttime, I'm taking that mail and it's going in his kitchen and I'm dropping it off and I'm done. Now, I used to wonder if somebody died in that house. And as many times as I've been told no, I don't believe it. Because I think there were two ladies that lived there. And when we first moved in, somebody visited the house and they gave my parents pictures of what the house looked like when they owned it before they moved out. These pictures were, I don't know if you remember, like they're little squares with a very thin white frame. Not a Polaroid, but just very thin pictures. Um, that's what they gave us, and they were like a yellowish hue to them. Um, that's what they had, and the house just looked normal. And for them to say nobody died in it, I still don't believe it. Now, it doesn't explain why I didn't hear anything or feel anything weird before my mother passed away. And if you don't believe in that kind of stuff, I understand completely. But for me, it just it freaks me out because I know there's nothing in the basement. There's no one hiding in the dark. If somebody wants to break in and they want to steal something, if they want to hurt you, they're going to do it quickly and they're not going to lurk. But yet, when you're in that house, it always feels like somebody's either watching or waiting, and I'm not okay with that. So, needless to say, in this video, when the times it cut out, didn't cut out for long because I was in, changed the laundry, after being not cleaned and something happening to that house. It just, it really does freak me out. So I don't know if you growing up or somebody in your family has a house that you think's haunted, but tell me about it. I want to know because I feel like an idiot to tell people that the house is haunted. And nobody ever wants to go over there with me. You know, it's kind of funny because I asked Chrissy yesterday if she would go. Alexa, turn on the living room. And guess what? She said no. Surprise. And then I decided to go this morning just because I already knew what was in store for me. Hi, puppers. Yes, I know, puppies. I know. Let's go outside. Come on. Everybody must be watching from Facebook because I don't see any comments popping up. And if you are commenting live, I apologize. Alexa, turn on the kitchen. Wow. Having puppies is fun. Go, go, go. Like I said, I don't know if comments are broke. If you're out there, like the video while I clean up this mess that the puppies just made. But seriously, if you've had some weird stuff growing up in your house or in your current house, things happen that are weird, unexplainable, tell me about it. Let me know I'm not alone because I believe in that stuff. I had friends growing up that would tell me like their family's house was haunted. You know, weird stuff happened in there. This one weird thing, maybe I was really young and probably made it up when I was younger, but I don't believe so because it felt real. So there was this painting that we had, and it was in the hallway, and it was in our first house. First house being like long-term house because we moved out of the city when I was 3. First house growing up, we had this painting on the wall, and it was at the very bottom. It's like a lake, and a reflection of the grass and the trees. And then there's this tiny little cabin. I want to say it's on the right side, and there's like a little path. And then there's trees all around it. And of course, you got the sun. And that's pretty much it. Not really sure the point of this painting, you know, why we even had the painting. Wasn't like from a famous artist or anything, but it was there. And so my parents would go out on the weekends, and I would have a babysitter watching me when I was younger. And this painting one day, I want to say it was hung in my parents' room, but this little figure appeared, like a little tiny figure, like this big, and just looked like a guy and walking away. And I was like, maybe I missed it, you know, no big deal. And I would look at this picture every now and again, not like the same day, but days would go by, and then I would notice that that little guy would move, and he was heading towards the cabin. And so I told the two girls that used to babysit me, and you know they didn't believe me. Told my brother, I don't think he believed me either. And then eventually he was inside the house, and you could see him inside the house. And even as I tell you this, I'm getting chills. But you know, eventually when I look at that picture, the guy was gone, and I just figured maybe you know I made it up, or maybe he was never there. Maybe somebody's messing with me. You know, I'm the youngest of 2 brothers, youngest of 3, and not uncommon for my brothers to try and prank me. So then the one day I looked at it, and the dude was back in there, and I'm like, Okay, that's definitely not okay. Something's weird with this picture, this painting, and I tried to tell people about it. Nobody believed me, and it really made no sense. But the painting definitely kept changing, and nothing ever bad happened in that house. But it was just that one freaky painting. And when we moved, I never saw it again. We didn't hang it up at the apartments we moved to after we moved out of that house. It didn't come with us to the house my father's in now. So I haven't seen it since then. But it's just a weird story. Well, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me on my way to my dad's house and what little bit you might have saw at my dad's house. But drop comments below. Let me know about what kind of spooky stuff and haunted stories growing up you had. I'm interested to hear about them. But for now, I'll catch y'all next time I go live. Turn on your notifications so that way you know when I go live. Um, obviously subscribe. That way you know next time I'm going live too. But turn on the turn on notifications. That way you don't miss the live feed. You can chat as long as you're on YouTube. And if you do just watch it on Facebook because you just like to listen, that's fine too. Like the video, appreciate the support, and I'll try and drop another video later in the week. Might go live later in the week as well, but we're coming closer to Christmas, so I may not be posting live so much because I won't be driving in and out of work. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Definitely see you on the next one.